Hey guys, this is Mel, and I'm here to talk about episode 401 titled Green Arrow of the show Arrow, which first aired October 7th, 2015. And guys, did that seriously just happen? I mean, not only did I forget how action-packed and how fast-paced the show was, but did it seriously just end off on not one, but two cliffhangers like it did? I mean, I'm completely blown away, completely shocked. I was still shocked well into when Supernatural started showing. It's just I just didn't know what to think. So before I start rambling, let's get started. 10-minute clock again. See if I can get through all 7 sections of this short recap. Not even a recap, just after show. But first off, if you haven't watched the episode yet, do so first before you watch this video, because I'm telling you right now, I am going to be spoiling the hell out of this episode. So if you watch this first and then the episode, then you might not get the full impact of it. So if you haven't seen it already, put this on pause and go check the episode out and then come back to watch this. So with that said, let's get started. 10-minute clock now going. Now, what did we learn about this episode? First, we got to meet Damien Dark, and we know that he can use magic, and basically Oliver calls him a mystic or mystical, and he's the one behind all the organized attacks against the renamed Star City. So there's that. We also learn that Felicity has been secretly helping the team out while traveling around with Oliver for the past few months. That was kind of a bummer, but I get why Oliver was mad about that secret, even though he wasn't really furious. He just didn't like the fact that while they were away together, parts of her were still in the city. So anyways, we also learned that there is no new mayor to Star City. We even get a mention of Walter Steele declining the offer because the last 3 mayors were killed. Rightfully so. You do not want a position with that kind of a reputation. Also, we get the introduction to the Green Arrow, and it is made officially to the city itself with a hacked broadcast brought to you by Felicity. So, what was the most shocking moment of the episode? And I have to say it has to be the two cliffhangers at the very end of the episode. First one is in the form of Damien Dark getting a visit by Captain Lance, who is unwillingly working for Damien Dark, I guess you can say. And that was completely surprising. Apparently, Captain Lance knows about Damien Dark and his Hive Men, I think they were called, which is the same corporation that got Diggo's brother killed. But it was just surprising to have the police captain in league with this mystical villain. And while it does seem that it's against Captain Lance's will, I have to wonder just how long this has been going on. But it was definitely something I was not expecting. It totally blew my mind. And then the second one has to be that flash forward that we see at the very end. It's 6 months after Oliver made that I'm Green Arrow announcement, and in that 6 months flashback, it's Oliver at a newly dug grave getting a visit from Barry Allen from The Flash, who just missed the funeral. And they mentioned how Barry was caught up with Zoom, and then Oliver, from the impression I'm getting, Oliver lost someone he truly cared about, because when he was left alone, he was trying to hold back his tears. And in that moment, I saw that grave, and it was Oliver and Barry. I was praying that it was not Felicity. It cannot be Felicity who dies, because that just seems so unfair that after all this time, Oliver finally gets to be happy with Felicity, and then just 6 months down the line from when he thinks of proposing to her, she dies. That'd be horrible. So I'm really hoping it's not Felicity at that grave. Really hoping it's not. So going on from that, my top favorite moments of the episode would have to be all the little references to the Flash. We have it seen 3 times before we get the visit from Barry at the very end, which I wasn't expecting at all. So despite the the dire situation or the very mournful situation. It was great to see Barry be there. So with Flash mentions, we get mentions of Cisco, who actually was behind the upgrade in Oliver's suit. We get the mention of the Flash Day that was in the Flash premiere this week, and that was done by Captain Lance. And then we also get the mention of possible metahumans being in the city when they first didn't know that magic was behind what Damien Dark did. Originally, they thought metahuman. So, second favorite moment has to be Olicity, Oliver and Felicity. All the Olicity moments in this episode was fantastic. We got to see a domestic side of them. We got to see them being openly affectionate towards each other, them being supportive, as a couple should be, as friends should be, see them on the same wavelength with each other when they were getting back into the groove of being in the team again. It was just great to see Olicity being a unit as themselves, something that has been building up for the last 3 seasons, and it's great to finally see it in the 4th premiere. And then the third favorite was just seeing the whole team working together again. It was great to see them meshing in a few moments. It was not only great to see how Diggle, Thea, and Laurel worked together at the beginning with slight struggles, but it was great to see Oliver getting put into the team again, Felicity helping out. It's just great to see them all working together again, even though Diggle is still on the fence of trusting Oliver. So, what are my 3 most peeved moments of the episode? First one would have to be Thea's attitude. I mean, it's understandable that she doesn't want to hear her older brother's concerns for her, thinking he's just being overprotective. But I'm guessing they aren't going to immediately assume that her newfound aggression is because it's an effect of her being in the Lazarus pit. But I'm getting the impression that right now they're just going to feed it as Thea being like an adrenaline junkie. That's how I took it. So, I don't know. Another moment I did not like was the interrupted Olicity proposal. I mean, we see the ring. We see Laurel and Thea interrupt Oliver's first chance at proposing when he tried to put his mother's ring in the souffle. And then later, when Olicity moves into Thea's old place, we see that he has put the ring in one of these like soap dishes or something, some like decorative thing in the apartment. So who knows when he's gonna propose? But it's just a shame that it got interrupted. And the third thing I did not like was Lance working with Damien Dark. I mean, there's got to be a really good explanation for that, and that better be a new thing that just got established within the time of the premiere, and it better not be something that has been in the works for the last 5 months, because that would truly suck and have me really questioning Captain Lance, and he'd just be a hypocrite then when it came to Oliver, who he kept calling a monster and stuff. So, what moment will I remember most as I look back on this episode? Because as you know, on Tumblr, I like to list any of the episodes that get that are featured in any GIF sets and stuff like that. So how will I remember this episode? It's definitely going to be Olicity and the almost proposal. I'll definitely remember seeing all the vacation photos we got to see of Olicity, the many kisses, the many couple moments between them. Just seeing them blissfully happy and being openly affectionate and supportive of one another is definitely what I'm going to remember most about this premiere. Also, the fact I usually remember episodes better based on what happens with my ships in them. So that's just a reminder. But a lot of action-packed, being Damien Dark would be another way to remember the episode. So, yeah. So, random question time. So, if that flash forward happens 6 months from now, that puts us in March. So, either whoever's in that grave, they're either going to die in the winter finale in December or around episode 410 of the season, usually around that time before we get that little hiatus, maybe like a week or 2 or 3 in there, like the spring hiatus. So, I guess my question is, who do you think is going to be the one that dies? Truly hoping it's not Felicity. Really hoping it's not Felicity. Really hoping it's not Diggle either, so I don't think it'd get that much a reaction from Oliver and Barry, though, so there's that. Second question, what does Damien Dark want with Star City? Why has he set his eyes on this very unfortunate city? Why does everyone want to target it? Also, third question, is the new arrow layer in Oliver's secondary location that we saw back in episode 221, or is it a different place? It was pretty cool setup, though downgraded, but I don't know. Okay, so next question would have to be, who are the new people on Lian Yu? I mean, for some reason, Amanda Waller wants Oliver back on that island, so who has set up shop there, and why would anyone want to set up shop there? So I guess that's the question for the flashbacks. So, last segment, and I was so close. I got interrupted earlier, so that was why there was a brief pause. But let's get on to predictions quickly, and then I'll cut this short. So, prediction number 1, I am praying again that Felicity is not the one in that grave, but it definitely belongs to someone that Oliver cares about. With Barry's appearance, so it really has me thinking it's Felicity. I really hope it's not, but it's not looking good for her. Another prediction would be that Thea's aggression is going to get a lot worse. Maybe a gradual thing, but it's definitely going to cause problems. Maybe it's going to be like with Roy's rage when he was on the Mirror Crew. Maybe not. Maybe it will be to that extreme. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Another prediction. Captain Lance is going to struggle with his unwanted allegiance with Damien Dark. Captain Lance is going to have to decide whether he wants to give up Oliver's identity to Damien Dark because he wants the identity of Green Arrow and everyone he cares for. So Lance has got to decide whether he wants to do that to still stay in the good graces of Damien Dark, or is he going to risk Oliver Queen, who he thinks is a monster, but doing that would mean risking his own daughter. So there's a struggle with him for that. And that is all I have to say. It's like, what do you guys think of the premiere? I mean, was everything you expected? Was it a lot more than you were hoping for? Did any of the spoilers they told us before even prepare you for what was happening in the episode? I mean, I definitely feel like I was thrown for a loop for some things. But let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it, as well as your own thoughts, observations, and predictions about the premiere, as well as just Arrow in general for the upcoming season. And before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and to check out my other videos as you wait for next week's Arrow after show video from me. And also, if you want to check out my other channel that usually features all the fan fiction related videos I've created. And don't forget to share this video with the other fellow fans of the Arrow show. And also, if you want to check out anything else based on that has to do with the episode 401, or even just Arrow in general, check out my Tumblr page. I have a full master list of Arrow, The Flash, and Legends of Tomorrow that has any link I could possibly think of that is related to those 3 shows and the crossovers of those 3 shows. And on there is definitely specific episodes, specific couplings, specific actors, or specific episode synopsis, photos, sneak peeks, promos, basically everything in one place. So I'll put the links for those down in the description box below, so don't forget to check those out. And if you want, follow me on Tumblr as well. But just help spread the word around and keep this Arrow fan base growing. So until next time, this is Mel wishing you all a fantastic day wherever you are. Bye bye for now.